Peace be with you. Welcome back to my channel for another video, another spiritual download. If this is the first time that you're coming across my channel, I just want to say, hey, how you doing? Come on in. You're not here by coincidence. 9 times out of 10, you've been asking Spirit for some form of a confirmation. There's a 99.9% chance that Spirit does have some type of confirmation here for you. If you've been contemplating something, thinking about something, I just heard it's a new season, it's a new day. There's a fresh anointing coming my way. Listen, that is from the Martha Muzzini. Is it Muzzini? I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but she is a beautiful gospel singer. I get a lot of songs as downloads for whatever reason. That's just the way that my clairaudience works. That's the way my spirit guides like to entertain us, newcomers. They do this from time to time during the commercial breaks. Welcome. You will have commercial breaks here, newcomers, if you stick around long enough to get the message. If you're returning back to the channel, I welcome you back. I appreciate your love and support and your love donations. You all are amazing. I thank you. I thank you. I'm grateful. I am so eternally grateful for you, my beautiful soul tribe. Welcome back. Listen, you can kind of tell that I'm in this it's a melancholy type of an energy. The moon is definitely affecting my mood in a really good way. It's almost overwhelming. I just feel as though joy is overflowing and or could be a little overwhelming for people that did not anticipate that you would be doing so well at this time. Listen, that's not your problem. Those are personal problems with those people. Thank God that your soul tribe, those are your people. Those are the ones that you should be concerned about. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug for the kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? It's so fitting. It's so freaking fitting. It's nighttime. And we're in Cancerian energy as we approach Leo energy very soon here, in a week or so, a couple of weeks, I don't know. I just kind of feel it in my bones. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh yeah, Neptune's doing blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I kind of felt that. Even if I don't check to see where the planets are, I just kind of know, right? When your higher self is aligned with the universe, the controllers of the universe, the master and or creator of all things, just kind of calibrates your senses, right? Your DNA is connected to everything around you. Believe it or not, you are made up as part of the universe. You're part of the universe, right? Everything around you has the same exact DNA as you. And you have every right to be here, divine collective. Just as much as the moon, the stars, and the planets, you are very essential to this evolution that we are now going into. It is a beautiful death, isn't it? You remember when your deaths used to be painful and they used to really hurt and you thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to get through this? And now you're talking to yourself in a way that is encouraging yourself. You're watching yourself talk. You're monitoring your own thoughts, right? Yeah. It is a check yourself before you wreck yourself type of an energy that it's giving me. Listen, let's go ahead and get into this energy. So right now, a lot of us are stepping into new cycles by way of this transformation, okay? The rebirth is going to require you to be in a new atmosphere, literally, figuratively and literally. Figuratively, mentally, you have to be thinking yourself into something new. In order to see it, in order to be it, in order to make it happen, it is, a seize the day type of an energy, right? You're very mindful of where your time goes. You're monitoring your conversations. You're making sure that you're doing things that involve equal give and take, right? All of your conversations at this point, depending on which level you're at, divine collective, it should be equal give and take, right? Mutual admiration. If you're still getting off of phone calls feeling exhausted, then somewhere along the line you've overextended yourself to somebody. And that's not always a noble thing to do, even if you have good intentions, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to have something left for you in your own cup. Even as mothers, right? Even as fathers, sometimes we overgive. We have to balance that out and just have a self day. And you come back and you can be a better mother. You can be a better friend. You can be a better partner. Yeah, a better spiritual practitioner. Needless to say, I've been sitting with my higher self all day. We've been having a blast. And I've been sitting and being very honest with myself, doing the self-check, the self-audit, right? Thinking, toil and labor. Yeah, some of us need to take a break. Okay? Spirit could be guiding you to go into some form of solitude. This new moon is really inspiring people to pay attention to the ebb and the flow of their emotions. By way of the Cancerian energy, yeah, be mindful. This is about being emotionally free and emotionally true to self, right? Because how can I even offer you any assistance, any help, if I'm not being honest with myself? I can give you advice, but 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be the best advice if I'm not walking in my truth. I thank the Most High God that a lot of us in the Divine Collective are courageous enough to really take on and embody this characteristic. This is very vital, especially when you put yourself in a position of leadership. Yeah, Archangel Michael, I call upon the highest of white light by way and permission of the Most High God, the creator of all things. Please, please allow my spirit guides to guide me through this message by way of my spiritual gifts as I do this for the Divine Collective. Ooh, both my ears are ringing. Woo! As soon as I said that, confirmation, the angels are with you. I just heard the angels are with you. So mote it be. The confirmations are just blatantly obvious at this point. I do not believe that you are in any type of blinded, delusional, like self-denial. You understand what I'm saying? It's a horrible thing when you see somebody that's in denial about the truth. Yeah, who you putting on for? That's a people-pleasing type of an energy. If you're still at the point where you're bothered by, standing in your truth, and you have a lot of work to do. That doesn't mean what people always think about you is the truth. I got a lot of people that think a whole bunch of stuff about me. However, at the end of the day, it only matters what I think of myself and how the Most High sees me, right? Ultimately. So sometimes we need to be mindful of how we're being affected by how people see us. Usually, it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves, depending on, how they're saying it, right? It's interesting when people love to tell you more about yourself, but they deflect what it is that they need to know about themselves. That's a very dangerous place to be. People like that are usually spiritual assassins, right? They like to assassinate your character. Needless to say, there's no satisfaction in that. A period of unhappiness, depression, heartache, sorrow, and separation. The beautiful part about this is that you're getting through this, okay? For a lot of you, this could be very emotional right now. Listen, just go with the flow. I know. My fire signs are real emotional right now under this moon. Under this Cancerian energy, fire is usually fire. So to have to put the fire out with water by way of emotions can be something that is taxing if you've not evolved to the point where you know how to balance out your emotions. This could really sit you on your ass, on your spiritual ass, in spiritual class. Well, I told you, if you've ever come across my channel, you should know that I am a rapper by way of the Most High God in a spiritual sense. Listen, I'm trying to contain my commercial breaks because I came here to teach today. I have to be focused on the lesson, okay? I just got to stay focused. But listen, yeah, this is about healing. This is about going through a self-evaluation, being mindful of how you feel about yourself and how you feel about others, how you feel about your life at this point, right? Inside out, not outside in. Because inside is where you really do find the truth. Even if it's something that you don't want to see. You always have to expect and or accept that it's the truth about yourself, about a circumstance, about what you allow, right? Yeah. Some of you could be in solitude, taking a rest, truly just exhausted by way of this transformation, be still, be calm, and more importantly, be patient with yourself if nobody else. Listen, this is about holding on to things that you need to let go of. The beautiful part is that even in this Three of Swords energy, by way of the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords is in the upright. So that is a form of you willing to heal, right? If it's in reverse, it's like it's the inability to heal. You're holding on to something, regret, trauma, unforgiveness. Listen, a lot of people need to call on that law of forgiveness. We constantly need to do that. You know why? Because even though we have good intentions, sometimes we attract people that need a lot of healing. A lot of healers know that, right? So oftentimes your calling is that you attract a lot of broken people. So you have to be rooted and grounded in terms of who you know that you are, what it is that you've come to do. And then more importantly, you have to have enough in your cup emotionally to sustain yourself in situations like this, by way of being a spiritual practitioner, by way of being a teacher. I am not exempt from this lesson. Yeah, listen, you could be holding back your energy right now to preserve yourself. Spirit could be guiding you just to take a nap, take a rest in the middle of the day. Yeah, maybe you never take a nap. That's the beautiful thing about childhood. Remember, they used to make you take these naps. Power naps are really essential. Like, seriously, they truly are. The Nine of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy. Spirit could be telling you just to slow down, because everything is going to work out just fine. And I say that because of this particular spread. Four of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles. You could be seeing 444, letting you know that you're coming to a close on a cycle. There's something that you know without a doubt, okay, if you know nothing else, that you will never allow again. You can smell it from a mile away, be it a person, place, thing, situation, a vibration, an energy. You know, okay? This is what this sitting down is about. Yeah. It's a final exam before closing out this cycle. 4 gives me closure, completion. 3 represents you just being willing to heal with this Three of Hearts. The Three of Hearts, okay? I don't know why I said the Three of Hearts. That could be significant, right? I don't even know if that exists in a deck of cards, but the Three of Hearts could be a third-party situation, something that, you're healing from by way of understanding your value. Yeah, something that you feel as though you either allowed this is unions. Something that you either allowed by way of what you thought you were worth. And if you allowed it, why do you think that you deserve that? This is about value. Nobody can give you that. Yeah, nobody can determine that for you. People can project a lot of things onto you by way of what they feel about you. But at the end of the day, when you lay down and you rest, to take a rest and or to go to sleep, and you have to deal with the Most High in the dark night of the soul. Going to sleep is the dark night of the soul for me. Why? Because you have to say, did I do everything that I was supposed to do? It is a time of reflection, right? On anything that's happened. Spirit says, don't be out of gas. Make sure you have enough gas in your spiritual tank to get you to the next level. Don't give it all away. It's okay to pull back. Anybody that really loves and respects you will understand. Now, if you get people that are saying, well, you haven't called me in a couple of days. Why you didn't call me back? And you give them an honest explanation and they're not okay with that, there's an issue there. So you have to ask yourself what you're allowing. Because 9 times out of 10, those are the people that don't want to sit with themselves. They're afraid to see themselves, and they're more concerned about what you're doing because they want to come along and disrupt this rest. This is a rest, right? That's all it is. When I really, really care about people, I let them know, hey, listen, I'm going on a 3-day sabbatical. Back in the day, I used to cut my phone off, turn my phone off, unplug my TV. I would really go within. Right? And those people that really understood me and loved me, it was no problem. Now, as I've gotten to the point where I feel as though there are people that can no longer go further with me on this journey, it's a game of a tug of war, but in the sense that they're tugging and they're at war with the fact that they can't handle the fact that I've changed. Because now it's a reflection on them that maybe they could be codependent It forces them to look at themselves. Some people are not ready to do that. This is about friendships, the Two of Cups, right? Relationships, harmony, balance, truth. Yeah, relationships. This is why Spirit is sitting you down, because this next level is going to be really, really good. You cannot take your fears with you. So as you are in this Four of Swords energy, as Spirit is laying you down, you could be feeling some things in your physical body where you're just feeling fatigued, right? If your nose is stopped up, that's a sign of your body saying, sit down. It's okay to sit down and do absolutely nothing and take a deep breath and only focus on that. Thank the Most High for it, right? The Three of Swords is you healing. The Four of Pentacles is you holding back. But it also represents making sure that you're not having any issues by way of releasing something under this emotional new moon in Cancer that is causing you some type of difficulty of letting go. People can hoard a lot of things. They can also hoard a lot of emotions that they no longer need. Negativity by way of being unforgiving, regrets, criticism, right? So this is why Spirit is sitting you down. This is why this Cancerian moon is really, really interesting for these fire signs mostly is what I'm seeing. Yeah, the air signs are really going through something a few days ago. The water signs were going through something yesterday where you just went through a whole death and you did it so beautifully. It hurt, didn't it? I know, I saw you. Listen, the Nine of Pentacles is a period of prosperity, freedom. You want to be free. You want to be free to be yourself. You're no longer in this position where you feel as though you have to fit in, you know, per the status quo. You're looking for your people. Yeah, listen, you are the spiritual practitioner. I cannot make it up. All these cards came out. I'm going to take them because I know that Spirit is giving me this energy for a reason. The Hierophant is here. This is a spiritual teacher. This is a spiritual guru. In that you are responsible to be an example, right? It's not the do as I say, not as I do type of an energy. People will pay attention more to your actions than they do your words, especially when you are in a position of leadership, right? You see these two people looking up to this person. But when you are the spiritual leader, the spiritual guru, highly ranked, you're looking to guide and show new leaders and or gurus who you pray at some point can surpass you. Because at some point, you have to pass the baton, right? There is somebody coming along far greater than you. And this is where you have to accept your position. There's a time and place for everything. Right now, this is your time. So this is about creating leaders by way of helping them on their spiritual path. Yeah. Some people are looking to disrupt your rest. You can allow this, but just know that you are fully responsible. So please hold yourself accountable if you catch yourself being irritated and or disrupted. You allowed it, right? You answered the phone. You answered the text message. You opened the door. And so now you are accepting that energy that you keep allowing to return to you or that you keep returning to, right? Be it a person, place, or thing. This is about you sailing to calmer waters. This is about you taking a break. Somebody could be trying to go on a vacation, some type of a cruise, yeah, by way of water. But this is also about overcoming hardships, overcoming yourself, really. Mental stability, emotional stability, stability in every sense of the word. This is about being in a new environment, right? That doesn't always mean that you're moving. But once you set up in your mind that you are in a new place, everything else around you has to get in order. Yeah. It's inevitable that when you change your mind, it absolutely does change things in the environment. You might get people saying, you're different. Something's different about you, right? Yeah. Because you've changed your mind. Some of you are going to put yourself in a new environment, though, just to protect your peace. It's very wise to do that. Yeah, a new beginning. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles is here. Show me what I need to see, Holy Spirit, by way of this emotional rest. I feel some people are under emotional distress. Listen, do not do that to yourself. Yeah, cry it out, laugh it out, hug yourself, wrap your arms around yourself in the middle of the night, even if you're waiting for somebody to come along to be in a partnership with you because you love to get through life with somebody. I'm going to need you to have that relationship with yourself first. Least you find yourself in another codependent situation because you did not take the time to sit with self. This is about being at a triumphant level. Some people are afraid of success. I used to be one of those people, right? I used to really be one of those people. I had so many gifts. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I used to be afraid of success, right? Because then you have an obligation to show up and be authentic in life. And if you're not ready to do that in a way that you think that people will accept you, then now you're still putting yourself in a position where you care about what other people think. Don't do that to yourself. Please look at the people that have set up the great examples, that have been the examples before you. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. Let them, they've made the mistakes. That's what I'm saying. Let those people make those mistakes by way of these Hierophant energies. What do you think we do here? This is what we do. We take our lives. There's a little gnat that just keeps coming around. Somebody wants to come on in, but I'm not available. My phone is on silent for the next 11 days. I'm sorry, 10 days, but listen. I just had to laugh to keep from crying. This is about a triumph. This is about enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is about feeling as though you deserve all good things to happen to you, with a knowing and an understanding and a faith and a trust that the universe and the controllers of the universe, by way of the Most High God and the Ascended Masters, is guiding you to what it is that you need. The victory is yours. Listen, you've already won. You just have to be willing to accept the fact that the Most High sees fit to give it to you. Yeah, this is your time. Sometimes it's your time. Sometimes it's not your turn, right? Yeah, I remember Mariah Carey saying how she admired Ariana Grande as a singer. Why? This is somebody who's very seasoned, who knows status, who knows by way of being that it girl. It was her time, right? And then she accepted. She had to bow out gracefully and make room for a new world, for new singers. This is really what it's about. So spiritual practitioners, as you're being teachers, right? And you're guiding people and you're guiding them on their path by way of you being the example, by way of you using your own life, which is really what you should be doing, least you be a hypocrite. Most of us have been through so much. This is how we got to this spot. I'm like, damn. I told you my story. Like, damn, I got to go through all of this. I remember one day I was just sitting in the dark night of the soul, and I was scrolling through my phone, and there wasn't one person that I trusted to talk to. Spirit was like, this is a narrow path. So I went and I took a bath, and it was very scary because I wanted some advice, and I had to go within. And I sat there and I asked God, I was like, who am I? Did I got to go through all of this? Damn. Right? Why? When I really felt as though I was sitting in a position where in my mind, I was really looking 23, just as I said that's beautiful. I was really just looking to have an easy, happy life. I knew it would be work, but I'm like, dang. Now looking back in hindsight, I can laugh. I'm certified. Do you understand? An overcomer. Not by my own right, because some of these things nearly took me out. The Four of Cups is representing monotony. It's representing something that is bored. I mean, somebody's bored. This is a form of also like a silent depression. To depress. What are you What are you pushing? Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. What are you pushing down by way of depression? That you're feeling this stagnation, this loss of focus, this monotony, this blurred vision, this boredom. Usually 9 times out of 10, it's because you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. This is about going towards your wishes being fulfilled. 24:33, just as I said that, you're getting the synchronicities. Oh my God, I need you to pay attention. This 4 is very, very significant by way of being very literal. Hold on as I put my earpiece in. I hope I didn't turn it off. But anyway, listen. This represents you not being authentic. So there's something here that you need to check internally. The Four of Cups is somebody just being bored, maybe going to a job just for money, right? You could make a lot of money, but you're not satisfied. You could have a lot of things, but you're not happy, right? You could be in a relationship. You thought that would make you happy. When I get all these things, when I get that really good job, then I'll be happy. Well, you'll always put your love and or happiness on layaway. Why do that? It is about being happy with what you have right now. If you have $1 in your pocket, bless that $1. And if you don't, you say, you know what, Most High, I don't have what I need yet, but I trust you. Because your gifts, by way of you being obedient, by way of you being lined up with what it is Spirit wants you to do, is going to honestly yield all of these amazing infinite possibilities. This is where the dark night of the soul comes in. This is where you start to deal with guilt. This is where you start to deal with pain, rejection, feeling codependent, irritation, stagnation, procrastination. These are all things that stifle your success. Why do you feel as though you're undeserving of those things? Judgment is here. We're all under judgment. Yeah, we're all under judgment. You should be happy about this judgment because it's very fair. This judgment, honestly, let me just be honest, the energy I'm getting, like straight up and down, north, south, east, and west with the Nine of Swords and that judgment right here, what I'm getting when I pick that up. Sometimes my gift works by way of touch as well, okay, y'all? I didn't tell y'all that, but sometimes I'll feel the cards and the Spirit gives me the story. This is giving me somebody being overwhelmed by their fears, but also realizing that they need to forgive themselves. You see, how can I forgive anybody else and I'm unwilling to forgive myself? It could seem very, very simple until you get down to the root of the issue, till you really, really handle what it is that you need to face. 9 times out of 10, it's your truest self. There's really no magic about that, because the Hierophant, the spiritual teacher, is only there to hold that space of love and light for you until you're able to hold it on your own. And then you're obligated, by way of paying back the universe, to now go forth and do for somebody else what this spiritual leader did for you. And hopefully you're a greater leader, right? If I'm a teacher and I'm sitting here and I'm helping you by way of wisdom, by way of what I've had to go through, I pray that the leaders that I help, the people that I help, are greater than me. That is the goal. Why? Because this is the greater scheme of things by way of divinity. This is about my Father's work. This is not about being in competition with somebody that could come in who is not as ascended as me. But I hope that they ascend higher than me, because at some point I have to be Mariah Carey and I got to hand a microphone over to somebody else, right? This is about people being victorious. This is about inner willpower, forgiveness, resolution, understanding karma and what that is, right? This time right now under this Cancerian moon, honestly, is really honestly about, it's a time to come forward with the truth. Like seriously. Seriously. Again, it's not about anybody else. It's not about saying, hey, look at me, I'm over here, I'm fasting, I'm doing this. You see, no, it's not about that. This is so personal. It's such a personal thing. You may never even voice it to anybody. Nobody really ever has to get the spiritual memo. It's really between you and the Most High God. What are you running to faster than you do the Most High God and or going within with yourself? Sit down, take a break. Sometimes you don't always have to be on the phone. Yeah, this is about Page of Cup energies is giving me new ideas, new beginnings, new energies, new relationships, fertility. Fertility doesn't always represent having a child. Fertility could be you giving birth to new ideas, new businesses. Somebody needs to write a book. I think I am that somebody. I've been trying to write my book for over the past 14 years now. I have to admit that I have procrastinated, right? Because after I lost a child, I got to 9 months and I still had to give birth. And I was a writer, and I am a writer. I was a writer then, and I'm a writer now. And I was co-authoring a book with the father, who was also a writer as me, and we both lost our child right at 9 months. Needless to say, the baby's name was Khalil, which is Arabic for a friend of the Most High God and or Allah. I never wrote. I never picked up the pen to write again, because during that pregnancy, all I was doing was writing. And so once the baby passed, I felt as though it was just really hard for me to go back to writing. Yeah, I could need to sit myself down in the Four of Swords. Maybe there's something I still need to heal from, even 14 years later. Because every time I sit down to write, even as I get my words out now, I'm getting a bit emotional. I have to be honest with you as I sit in this Hierophant seat. Yeah, I haven't picked up a pen. I haven't picked up a typewriter since. Because that relationship, by way of me co-authoring these 2 books with this person and us writing about our story, I did not see the story ending the way that it did by way of me losing the child. And so after that, I attempted to write, right? And every time I did, I would just have writer's block. 3131, just as I said that. I would have writer's block, you know what I mean? And I haven't written since. But I might have to go ahead and do some type of self-audit check on myself. I didn't even realize that till I just said that. Like, oh, trigger. What happens when the Hierophant is triggered? Nothing. You just sit in front of the people and you become transparent. I'm sitting here letting you know my vulnerabilities. That even though we move forward, it's not as if you forget things. You just learn how to move forward and live with what has happened. I need to write the book. I don't know if I like to type as much as I used to. Maybe that's what it is. I know that's one of the issues. I'm looking for a program where I can just speak into the microphone and it just types it for me. I am the talk to text type of person, period. That was a very emotional commercial break. Queen of Wands, this is about confidence, y'all. Strength. Yeah, being outgoing, not being so isolated to where you're not willing to open up yourself to go meet new people. Right? So wounded from people that have betrayed you in your past that you're not willing to make new friendships. This doesn't mean that you just let people come on in. No, you're of value, right? Make them work to get to know you, and vice versa. If they're true people, they won't mind doing that work. They won't mind getting to love you, learning to love you, and earning your love. Yeah, this is about equal give and take, because you're going to attract exactly what you are. So if something is deeply rooted at your core, it's at some point going to come out, be it in this relationship, the next relationships, when you're by yourself, or when you're being sat down by spirit in this 4 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Yeah. Some of you have been a slow-moving energy towards yourself, by way of forgiving yourself, by way of loving yourself, by way of being honest with yourself and looking at yourself. Listen. The 8 of Pentacles is about toil and labor. This gives me self-worth. This gives me toil and labor per self, working on self, right? Procrastination. What is it that you said you were going to do that you're not doing? I'm taking notes. I really believe that Spirit could very well have you seeing some of what it is that I need to learn right now at this point. There's so much to do. Let me just have a real commercial break. I need an assistant. I got a lot of emails. When I came to YouTube, I knew God was going to do something, but not to this capacity, right? It is a bit overwhelming. So I'm learning how to handle being in the public eye, being very transparent, being very authentic, because that is what makes this whole job that I'm doing by way of being about my Father's work worth it. And it was the deal that we made when I was in my spiritual closet. Remember I told you about the spiritual tantrum? Yeah, I'm like, look, if I gotta go do this, then I need to have some fun. I can't just be Sitting up here, everybody break out your notepads. No, that's not me. I'm the type of person that's a spiritual practitioner in class, and people say, oh, can you mentor me? Sure. Listen, you need to be prepared that on Tuesdays, we don't do no work. All we do is dance. Yeah, that's the kind of teacher I want to be. Listen. The magician is here. You're manifesting. Be mindful of your thoughts. Be it good, bad, or indifferent. Okay? Be careful of who you're surrounding yourself around while you're in this very vulnerable. Oh, somebody's getting away from karma. Listen, while you're in this very vulnerable situation, you cannot expose yourself to everything and everybody. Some people need to turn off the TV. Somebody could need to get the hell off of Facebook for just 3 days, right? Maybe don't get on your phone for a couple of days. The magician is here. Yeah, I'm here to let you know that this is a self-imposed imprisonment. There's an illusion there. Something needs to be dealt with. And Spirit is saying that by way of you being chosen, by way of you having this Ace of Cups, you have the helping hand of the Most High. If the Most High is for you, then what is it that is holding you back? Why are you holding yourself back? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself. What am I afraid of? Okay. Yeah. Going back to your first moments of pain and pleasure are very vital in your existence. The way you saw the world at a very vulnerable time where you trusted adults to raise you as a child. It's always the inner child that needs to be revisited. Take your inner child with you. Satisfy your inner child. Tell your inner child the things that you wish you knew back then. What would you tell your younger self now that you know what you know? You know what I would say? Hang in there. It's going to get even more interesting. You see these adults? Yeah, it's going to get more interesting. Forgive them and move on. Later on in life, you'll be fine. Listen, the world is here. Somebody needs to write a letter to their younger self, being very, very honest. If you have a picture of yourself as your younger self, this is something that I did. I really looked at my younger self and I saw so much promise. I was this little girl with these big bright eyes, and I just had all this energy, and I was so dramatic and just funny, and just, I'm still the same person I was then. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is really who I am. I can't be nobody. Yeah! Why would I be? I don't understand that. Not at this point in my life. Absolutely not. It's quite uncomfortable, and I don't want to be uncomfortable, but I will be uncomfortable when it comes to the Most High checking me based on what it is that I still need to work on. There's always something to work on, right? Yeah. Because what happens when the spiritual practitioner needs to get some type of guidance? They have to go to somebody that they highly respect. I love older people. I listen to older people. Yeah, you could be needing to revisit something by way of study. The Page of Swords is giving me preparation for something. Some of you could be wanting to go back to school, or you're just doing something by way of research. Somebody is studying. You're preparing for this position. That is a wise thing to do. That somebody is us. That somebody is me and the Divine Collective. This is what I'm getting. Yeah. There are no delays, okay? Remember that. Maybe something didn't go the way you thought. And that's okay, because guess what? Good fortune's on your side. This is about feeling deserving. This is about taking accountability for what it is that you allow, who you allow to be in your energy. Because at this stage in the spiritual game, listen, you're a spiritual gangster. Let's have just a commercial break. You ain't got time to be crip walking, okay, with these karmics. Period. I'm serious. You really don't. You ain't got time. Low vibrational people that don't want to grow, heal, change. All they do is bring up the past. They mad, like they're reliving it again. I was talking to somebody by way of just sitting with them, right? And I had to release this person because here I am. I know that I'm on assignment. And every time I see this person, they go back to this same memory. And I said, no, listen. I can't get in your sick bed for you and with you. I'm not going to be sick for you or nobody else. You're going to need to be a big boy, a big girl, and pull your own spiritual underwear up from around your ankles. You're going to have to fight your way through this. Okay? I literally had to tell the person, hey, wake up. It's not 2014. It's 2023. How long have you been in this cycle? You're going to have to come up out of it. Nobody's coming. You're looking for a savior? Find a mirror. The Most High sent you. You got everything you need. You better be your own best friend. Sometimes people don't want to be their own best friend. That's something else you need to ask yourself. Why? This is about love. Love of self, love of people, and acceptance. Accepting who you are, accepting what you've done. This right here, for me, gives me regret. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, dida. Well, you did, you don't, you won't, you will, you won't, you can, you can't. Whatever. Listen, wake up. Hey. I almost tapped my phone. Wake up. You got to wake up. Why? Because we're under judgment. Don't you hear Gabriel sounding the alarm? What do you think the alarm is for? To wake you up so that you can step into what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Remember when Jesus saw that guy in the doggone town crying and whining? You should watch him. He was like, look, do you want to walk? Well, get your ass up and walk. I'm not about to sit here with you for another 20 years while you complain about your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister. Okay, we know. But now what? Hence the fact my grandmother said, rest in peace. She said, baby, everybody I'm mad at is dead. She was 94. Don't hold that stuff. She was mad at people that were dead. Can you please wrap your mind around that? Why would you do that? Some of these people are dead to your life. Some of these people are no longer in your life. They're at a distance. Why are you still in this energy? 41:22, just as I said that, be mindful of your energy. Go ahead, Spirit. Just give us some. And we're going to get back to those angel number messages just to get you all through this dark night of the soul. I know how you feel. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm not the empress. I'm not the high priestess. You're doubting the cards. Listen, don't do that to yourself. Put the cards down. Take a break. Listen, this is about willpower. You're moving forward. Hence the fact that this is Cancer under the Cancerian moon. Spirit is so funny. You're going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. Listen, you're not going to make it out of life alive, okay? If that helps. Take some pressure off yourself. Take some pressure off yourself. Yeah. Listen, you're going to have to tell yourself the truth. This is you believing a lie, not wanting to see the truth. Blurred vision on purpose, deliberately, compulsively, not wanting to see that, hey, that guy is just like the last guy. That girl is just like the last girl. And some of these girls ain't been a girl in a long time. I'm going to need you to come up to par, spiritual par. This is your message, though. I love y'all. I love you. I really do. Let me just see what the angel numbers are, because I just feel like somebody needs this. I really do. Hold on, y'all. I got stuff in here. Yeah, I feel like somebody really needs this, y'all. Holy Spirit, divine ancestors, only of the highest of white lights. Anything other than the highest of white lights. Yeah, just help us, understand why that's here. Some of that is coming from within. It ain't even nobody else. It's just you. Oh my God, when are the attacks going to stop? Will you stop giving it attention? Will you conquer the enemy on the inside? Will you accept the fact that, maybe you're just not forgiving that one guy that keeps triggering you? Yeah. What do the angels have to say? What do the angels have to say? 222, you are seeing 222. Spirit is saying you're at the right place in the right time. I am aligned. You are in possession of incredible creative powers, and it is assured that you can achieve anything you wish. This is a master number. So mote it be, and so it is. This is what your angels have to say. So I love you. For sentimental reasons, for other reasons, I thank you for allowing me to be here and to offer my story. And I just needed to come in with a little bit of Cancerian love, because I feel like somebody's really going through it. I feel like a lot of people are. And you're going to get through it. Tomorrow, you're just going to be happy for no reason. I promise you. You'll be fine. It's the ebb and flow of life. Keep going. I love you wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Listen, you're very essential. I always come in peace. I will continue to come in peace. Until the next video, peace be with you.